Japan. The cherry blossoms. The bullet train. The ramen that ruins you for every other bowl of noodles you will ever eat. The temples at sunrise. The neon lights of Shibuya at midnight. For a lot of Nigerians, Japan sits right at the top of the dream travel list. But it also sits behind a mental wall that says, I cannot afford that. And today I am going to tear that wall down completely. Because here is the truth that the internet rarely tells you about Japan in 2026. Japan is genuinely more affordable than most Nigerians think. The Japanese yen has weakened significantly against the dollar over recent years, which means international travelers, including Nigerians, are getting roughly 25 to 30% more value on everything they buy on the ground in Japan than they were just a few years ago. A bowl of ramen that costs the equivalent of a $20 pasta in a Western European restaurant costs about $5 to $8 in Japan. A convenience store in Japan sells genuinely restaurant-quality meals for under $5. And budget accommodation options exist that are clean, safe, and uniquely Japanese, like capsule hotels that start from as little as $25 a night. This video is the complete, honest, Nigeria-specific budget breakdown for traveling to Japan in 2026. I am covering every cost: the visa, the flight from Lagos or Abuja, accommodation, food, transport inside Japan, activities, the new 2026 fees you need to know about, and a full budget table across 3 different travel styles. By the end of this video you are going to know exactly what Japan costs for a Nigerian traveler and exactly how to get there for less than you thought possible. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Praise and I run Social and Travels, a travel and migration support company that helps Nigerians plan and execute international trips, visa applications, and relocation. I have covered the Japan visa process and even a full client story on getting a Japan multiple entry visa on this channel, and today we are going all the way into the numbers. Let us break down every single cost. Before I get into the general Japan trip costs, let me cover the Nigeria-specific costs that most travel budget videos completely ignore, because these are the costs that hit you before you even get on the plane. The Japan visa fee from Nigeria. Nigerian citizens require a visa for all categories of entry into Japan. There is no visa on arrival, no e-visa option for Nigerians, and no visa exemption. You must apply through the Japan visa application centers operated by VFS Global in either Abuja or Lagos. And the fees, as of April 1, 2026, have increased. The new Japan visa fees effective from April 1, 2026 to March 31, 2027 are: Single Entry Tourist Visa, approximately Naira 27,300 Multiple Entry Tourist Visa, approximately 54,500 Nigerian Nairas. On top of the visa fee, there is a VFS Global Service fee of 16,500 Nigerian Nairas per application, which is non-refundable. Lagos applicants also pay an additional courier fee of 52,465 Nigerian Nairas for document transfer. Abuja applicants collect their passports directly and do not pay the courier fee. So your total visa cost from Lagos as a Nigerian applicant applying for a single-entry tourist visa is approximately 27,300 Nigerian Nairas plus 16,500 Nigerian Nairas service fee plus 52,465 Nigerian Nairas courier fee, totaling roughly 96,265 Nigerian Nairas. For a multiple entry visa from Lagos, the total is approximately 123,465 Nigerian Nairas. Processing takes approximately 12 working days for Abuja applications and 14 working days for Lagos applications, not counting weekends, holidays, or any additional time needed if they request more documents. Budget at least 3 to 4 weeks before your intended travel date to be safe, and apply early. The Japan visa is only paid on collection if approved. The visa fee portion is paid when you pick up your passport, not when you submit. The VFS service fee and courier charges are paid upfront and non-refundable regardless of outcome. This is genuinely better than many other visa systems where you pay the full fee upfront even if rejected. The flight from Nigeria to Japan is your single largest fixed cost, and it requires the most advanced planning of any part of this trip. There are no direct flights between Nigeria and Japan. Every flight from Lagos or Abuja to Tokyo involves at least 1 layover, and sometimes 2, adding significant travel time to your journey. Common routes and realistic prices. The most common routing options for Nigerians flying to Japan include via the Middle East, through Dubai, Abu Dhabi, or Doha, with airlines like Emirates, Etihad, or Qatar Airways. These are generally the most reliable and frequently available options for Nigerian travelers. Round-trip fares on these routes from Lagos to Tokyo Narita or Haneda, booked 3 to 6 months in advance in economy class, typically range from approximately $700 to $1,200 depending on the specific airline, travel dates, and how far in advance you book. Via Asian hubs, through Addis Ababa with Ethiopian Airlines, through Nairobi with Kenya Airways connecting to a partner airline, or through other Asian hub cities. These routes can sometimes be slightly cheaper but often involve longer total travel times. Via European hubs, through Amsterdam, Frankfurt, or Paris, connecting to flights operating from there to Tokyo. These routes are available but generally more expensive and involve very long total journey times. Booking strategy for the best prices. Book at least 3 to 6 months in advance. Japan flight prices are highly sensitive to seasonality. The most expensive periods to fly are cherry blossom season from late March to early April, Golden Week from late April to early May, and the summer school holiday period from late July to mid-August. The cheapest months to fly are January, June, and September, which also happen to be among the best months to visit Japan for weather and crowd levels. Set up price alerts on flight comparison platforms and check prices across multiple platforms. Flying into Tokyo Haneda rather than Narita can sometimes be cheaper and is significantly closer to central Tokyo, saving you both time and the cost of the airport transfer. Budget allocation for flights from Nigeria. Budget traveler booking strategy. 600,000 Nigerian Nairas to 900,000 Nigerian Nairas for round-trip economy class with one layover, booked well in advance during cheaper periods. Mid-range. 900,000 Nigerian Nairas to 1,400,000 Nigerian Nairas for round-trip economy class with better routing, more convenient times, or slightly closer to peak season.
Comfort, flexible. 1,400,000 Nigerian Nairas and above for premium economy, business class, or last-minute bookings. These figures are in Naira at current exchange rates and will shift with currency fluctuations. Always check live prices. Japan has one of the most diverse and fascinating accommodation landscapes in the entire world. From the uniquely Japanese capsule hotel experience to traditional ryokan inns with 20-course kaiseki dinners served in your room, your accommodation choice will significantly shape both your experience and your daily budget. Budget accommodation, 4,000 Nigerian Nairas to 12,000 Nigerian Nairas per night. Capsule hotels are Japan's most iconic budget accommodation option, small individual sleeping pods, typically in dormitory-style arrangements, with shared bathrooms and communal facilities. Clean, safe, and a genuinely unique cultural experience. Hostels are also widely available across Japan, particularly in major cities like Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, typically in the same price range. Guest houses, known as minshuku, are family-run budget accommodations in the Japanese style, often more characterful than hostels. Budget options at this level typically cost between 4,000 and 8,000 Japanese yen per night, approximately $25 to $55 at the current exchange rate. Mid-range accommodation, 20,000 Nigerian Nairas to 60,000 Nigerian Nairas per night. Business hotels, clean, efficient, well-located hotels designed primarily for business travelers, are the sweet spot for most mid-range Japan visitors. Brands like Toyoko Inn, APA Hotel, and Dormy Inn offer consistent quality at reasonable prices. Expect to pay between 8,000 and 15,000 yen per room per night, approximately $55 to $100 for a clean, comfortable room in a good location. Simple ryokan, traditional Japanese inns with tatami mat rooms and futon bedding, start at around 8,000 to 15,000 yen per person per night at the simpler end, making them genuinely accessible even for budget-conscious travelers, particularly outside of peak season. Luxury accommodation, 100,000 Nigerian Nairas and above per night. Full ryokan with kaiseki dinner and breakfast is one of Japan's most extraordinary travel experiences, a traditional Japanese inn where every element of your stay, from the tatami mats to the multi-course traditional meals served in your room, is designed around an ancient hospitality tradition. These experiences start at around 15,000 to 40,000 yen per person per night, approximately $100 to $270. International luxury brands, Ritz-Carlton, Four Seasons, Park Hyatt Tokyo, start from around 50,000 yen per night and up. Practical tip: accommodation is typically 30 to 50% cheaper on Sunday through Thursday nights compared to Friday and Saturday. If you have flexibility, shifting your booking to midweek can generate meaningful savings. Here is the part of this video that I genuinely love telling Nigerian travelers because it surprises almost everyone. Food in Japan is where you get the most extraordinary value relative to quality anywhere in the world. Japan has a culture of extraordinary food at every price point. And the weak yen means that in 2026 specifically, the value is even more exceptional than usual. Budget food options: 1,500 Nigerian nairas to 4,500 Nigerian nairas per meal. Japanese convenience stores, specifically 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and Lawson, are not like Nigerian convenience stores. They sell genuinely restaurant-quality food at budget prices. Onigiri rice balls cost approximately 130 yen, under $1. Full bento box meals cost between 500 and 700 yen, approximately $3 to $5. Hot snacks, sandwiches, noodle dishes, all available, all delicious, all affordable. Many experienced Japan travelers eat convenience store breakfasts and lunches and only sit down for dinner, significantly reducing daily food costs without sacrificing quality or the Japan food experience at all. Ramen shops, udon stands, and soba restaurants consistently serve meals for between 600 and 1,200 yen, approximately $4 to $8. These are not compromised experiences. Ramen in Japan at these prices is genuinely world-class food that tourists from all over the world travel specifically to eat. Mid-range food, 5,000 Nigerian nairas to 15,000 Nigerian nairas per meal. Sitting down for a proper meal at a casual izakaya, a Japanese pub restaurant, for dinner with drinks typically costs between 1,500 and 3,000 yen per person, approximately $10 to $20. Sushi restaurants at the mid-range level, kaiten sushi, or conveyor belt sushi, let you eat high-quality, fresh sushi for between 1,500 and 3,000 yen per person, which for anyone who has priced sushi outside of Japan will understand is genuinely remarkable. Luxury food, 50,000 Nigerian nairas and above. Japan has more Michelin-starred restaurants than any other country in the world. A kaiseki tasting menu dinner at a high-end restaurant can cost anywhere from 15,000 to 50,000 yen or more per person, approximately $100 to $335. If this kind of dining is on your bucket list, Japan is genuinely the best country in the world to experience it relative to the quality delivered. Daily food budget summary. Budget, approximately $15 to $30 per day. Convenience stores, ramen, udon. Mid-range, approximately $40 to $80 per day. Casual restaurants, some sit-down meals. Luxury, $100 and above per day. Japan has one of the best public transportation systems in the entire world. Trains run on time to the exact minute. The bullet train, the Shinkansen, connects major cities at speeds that genuinely feel impossible. And the system is so comprehensive that a car is almost never necessary for tourists visiting major destinations. Getting from the airport to the city. From Narita Airport to central Tokyo, your options include the Narita Express train, approximately 3,020 yen one way, roughly $20, or the cheaper Keisei Skyliner at 2,520 yen. Limousine buses run for around 1,000 to 1,500 yen. Taxis are available but significantly more expensive and generally not recommended unless you are in a group splitting the cost. From Haneda Airport, which is much closer to central Tokyo, the monorail to Hamamatsucho Station costs around 650 yen, and various train lines connect to the city for similar prices. getting around Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. The IC card, specifically the Suica or Pasmo card, is your most important transport tool in Japan. This is a rechargeable card that works on virtually all trains, subways, and buses across Japan and can also be used to pay at convenience stores and many vending machines. Individual subway or train rides within a city typically cost between 150 and 300 yen, approximately $1 to $2. You can load money onto an IC card as needed throughout your trip. The Junior Pass, is it worth it for Nigerians visiting Japan? This is one of the most commonly asked questions in Japan travel planning. The Japan Rail Pass allows unlimited travel on most junior trains, including the Shinkansen bullet train, for a set period. The current prices are: 7-day ordinary junior pass, 50,000 yen, approximately $333 14-day ordinary junior pass, 80,000 yen, approximately $533 21-day ordinary junior pass, 100,000 yen, approximately $667. Whether the junior pass is worth it for you depends entirely on your itinerary. If you are visiting multiple cities, for example Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, and Hiroshima, the bullet train fares for those routes individually add up quickly. The single fare from Tokyo to Kyoto by Shinkansen is approximately 13,850 yen, $92. Tokyo to Hiroshima is approximately 19,440 yen, $130. If you are doing several intercity routes, the 7-day pass can save you significant money. If you are spending your entire trip in one or two cities, the individual fares or IC card will likely be cheaper. Calculate your specific itinerary before deciding. Important 2026 update on the Junior Pass. The Japan Rail Pass price increased by approximately 70% in October 2023, which dramatically changed the math on whether it pays off. For a trip staying primarily in Tokyo with day trips, the individual fare approach is often now the better value. For a true multi-city itinerary, the pass can still save money, but the old always buy the Junior Pass advice no longer automatically applies. There are several 2026 specific changes to Japan travel costs that are not covered in older guides and that will affect your budget planning. Japan's international tourist tax increase. Japan's departure tax, charged when leaving the country, has increased from 1,000 yen to 3,000 yen per person in 2026. This is automatically included in your outbound flight ticket price, so you will not pay it separately, but it is factored into the flight cost you see when booking. The end of instant tax refunds. Starting November 1, 2026, Japan is ending instant tax refunds at stores. Previously, international tourists could show their passport at stores and receive immediate exemption from Japan's 10% consumption tax on purchases. From November 2026, you will need to pay the full price including consumption tax at point of purchase and then claim the refund at the airport when departing. This changes the shopping experience and means you need to budget the full retail price for any purchases, with a refund received on the way home rather than immediately at the store. The Kyoto lodging tax. From April 2026, Kyoto City has implemented a significantly revised municipal lodging tax. For budget accommodation under 6,000 yen per night, the additional tax is 200 yen per person per night, minimal. For mid-range accommodation at 15,000 to 20,000 yen per night, the lodging tax adds 400 to 1,000 yen per person per night. For luxury ryokan and high-end hotels at 50,000 yen per night and above, the additional lodging tax increases significantly. If Kyoto is on your itinerary, and it absolutely should be, factor this additional tax into your accommodation budget. Japan's Jester travel authorization, coming but not yet required. Japan is developing an electronic system for travel authorization, similar to the US ESTA or Europe's ESHAs, that will eventually be required for visa-exempt travelers. The expected cost is approximately 6,000 yen, or about $40. However, this system is not yet mandatory and is not expected to be required until 2028 to 2029. Nigerian travelers are not visa-exempt anyway, and this will not affect your 2026 trip, but it is worth knowing about for future planning. Let me now put all of these numbers together into a complete, realistic budget table for a 10-day trip to Japan from Nigeria in 2026, across 3 different travel styles. Budget traveler, Total estimated cost, $2,000 to $2,800. Japan visa, single entry, Lagos approximately $60 round trip flight from Lagos, $700 to $900 accommodation, hostels, capsule hotels, $25 to $40 per night for 10 nights, $250 to $400 food, convenience stores, ramen, local restaurants. $20 to $30 per day for 10 days, $200 to $300 local transport, IC card, day passes, $10 to $15 per day, $100 to $150 intercity transport, individual Shinkansen tickets or junior pass, $100 to $200 activities, many free temples and shrines, budget museums, $10 to $20 per day, $100 to $200 airport transfers and miscellaneous, $50 to $100 total, approximately $1,560 to $2,310 excluding Naira visa costs. Mid-range traveler, total estimated cost, $3,500 to $5,000. Japan visa, single entry, Lagos approximately $60 round trip flight from Lagos, $900 to $200 accommodation, business hotels, some ryokan nights, $80 to $120 per night for 10 nights, $800 to $200 food, casual restaurants, one special dinner, convenience stores, $50 to $80 per day, $500 to $800 local transport, IC card, selected day passes, $15 to $20 per day, $150 to $200 intercity transport, junior pass or individual Shinkansen, $200 to $350 activities, museums, some theme parks, cultural experiences, $30 to $50 per day, $300 to $500 shopping and souvenirs, $200 to $400 airport transfers and miscellaneous, $100 to $150 total, approximately $3,210 to $4,860. Luxury traveler, total estimated cost, $8,000 to $15,000 plus USD. Japan visa, multiple entry, Lagos approximately $75 round trip flight from Lagos, premium economy or business, $2,000 to $5,000 accommodation, luxury ryokan with meals, 5-star hotels, $300 to $800 plus per night, $3,000 to $8,000 food, fine dining, Michelin experiences, kaiseki meals, $150 to $300 plus per day, $1,500 to $3,000 transport, junior pass green class, private transfers, $500 to $1,000 activities, private tours, exclusive experiences, $500 to $1,000 shopping and souvenirs, $500 to $2,000 plus. Total, $8,000 to $20,000 plus USD. Let me close with the most important money-saving strategies for Nigerians planning Japan trips specifically. Book your flight at least 4 to 6 months in advance. This is the single biggest lever you have for controlling your total trip cost. Flight prices for this routing can vary by hundreds of dollars depending on how far in advance you book. Travel in June or September. Both are excellent months in Japan for weather, significantly cheaper than cherry blossom season or golden week, and less crowded. June is actually one of Japan's most beautiful months despite being the beginning of rainy season. The hydrangeas are blooming, temple gardens are lush and green, and prices across flights and accommodation drop noticeably. Eat convenience store breakfasts and lunches, sit-down dinners. This single strategy can cut your daily food budget by 40 to 50% without sacrificing the Japan food experience at all. Japanese convenience stores are not like Nigerian convenience stores. The food is genuinely excellent. Get your Suica or Pasmo card immediately on arrival. You can now load these onto an iPhone or Android phone as a digital card before you even leave Nigeria, saving you the queue at the machine on arrival. Use it for every local train, subway, and bus journey throughout your trip. Calculate your specific itinerary before buying the Junior Pass. Do not automatically buy it because every Japan travel video says to. Calculate your specific train fares for your specific routes first and compare to the pass price. Depending on your itinerary, individual tickets may now be cheaper. Stay outside central Tokyo and Kyoto for lower accommodation costs, Areas a few stops from the central neighborhoods offer significantly lower hotel prices while remaining very close on Japan's efficient rail network. In Tokyo specifically, areas like Asakusa, Shimokitazawa, and Koenji offer genuine Tokyo neighborhood experiences at lower prices than Shinjuku or Ginza. Exchange your currency using Wise or Revolut before traveling rather than using airport exchange booths. The rates are significantly better. Japan still uses a lot of cash, so having Japanese yen on you matters. Withdraw from 7-Eleven ATMs in Japan, which reliably accept international cards and offer competitive rates. And that is the complete, honest, Nigeria-specific cost breakdown for traveling to Japan in 2026. The bottom line is this: Japan is genuinely more affordable than most Nigerians assume, particularly for food and day-to-day costs on the ground. The flight from Nigeria and the visa process are the biggest planning challenges, and both are completely manageable with the right timing and preparation. A well-planned budget trip to Japan from Nigeria, covering everything from the visa to the flight to 10 days of accommodation, food, and transport, is achievable for somewhere between $2,000 and $2,800 for a budget traveler, or $3,500 to $5,000 for a mid-range experience. That is not a small amount of money, but for a 10-day trip to one of the most extraordinary countries in the entire world, it is far less than most people think Japan costs. If this video helped you actually understand what Japan costs for a Nigerian traveler, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you know who has Japan on their dream travel list but assumed it was out of reach. Subscribe to the channel because I post visa guides, travel breakdowns, and migration content specifically for Nigerians every week. If you have been on the fence about Japan, let this video be the push. The world is wide. Japan is worth it. And now you know exactly what it costs to get there. See you in the next video.